Hello and welcome back to more Junk Jack with Brian. Last time, you will recall that we came all the way down here, we built a nice vertical ladder, and we'd heard some strange noises, and we could also see from the map that there was some kind of lit up area over here to the right. I'm currently right over here. And so to start things off today, I am going to dig to the right. I've cleaned up my inventory, I've dropped off a number of things at home, and made some more torches and various tools, and so we're ready to go. And I should mention, because I can imagine I'm recording, these episodes ahead of time, none of them have aired yet, that people might be asking questions about the game, such as, I don't know, like, what's the ultimate goal in the game, and are there any bosses to fight, and different things like that. And I don't know. I guess is the best answer for that. I haven't seen any information about, like, bosses or whatever. Ooh, I think there's a diamond below us. And so I don't know if there are any. I presume there aren't, since I haven't seen any information about it, but I don't actually know. I do know that there's like other planets that you can get to, and you can get materials. Ooh, I just broke that. Okay, I did get it. I was gonna say I broke it with a stone pickaxe, but it seemed to break just fine. I got a diamond. I don't know what you do with diamonds yet. I presume there's gonna be some kind of crafting recipes that involve them, but I don't think I know what any of them are yet. So yeah, in any case, apparently there's some way that you can build portals to new worlds that have new resources, and so that's one thing. And I know there's some kind of crazy, like, electronics redstone-y kind of thing that this game has that sounds like it might be interesting, but I know very, very little about. And so that's another possible kind of like goal, interesting thing that we could go after. But I really don't know. I'm just kind of, playing this game, taking it as it comes, and we'll see what we encounter. But I'm going to keep digging to the right until we get over to that lit up area, and I'll see you guys in a moment. Okay, I think we may be getting into the thick of things over here, so let's take a look. Oh, it might be like two separate things. There's something over here, and there's something over here. I'm not sure I'm going to be able to get into that one. But let's have a look. We have vines that I can climb down. Oops. Or climb up. And, ooh, I think I see a bunch of copper over there, so that's terrific. So far, no bad guys. Okay, all the bad guys seem to have fallen down there, so I'm not going to worry about them for the moment. I recognize those bricks over to the right that are some kind of bricks that I can't break with a stone pickaxe. Like, it'll tell me I need a stronger tool. I'm not sure if my copper pickaxe that I own is going to be strong enough to break these blocks or not. No, I still need a stronger tool to break that as well. And just for good measure, I could also test to see if small bombs might be enough to break this stuff open. So I think I can like throw a bomb right there and see if it explodes any of those tiles. Oh, it does. Hey. Okay, there is a bat in there. I should have paid more attention to what was behind the wall before I just... Okay, something else is killing me here. I'm not sure exactly what that was. And there's another bat. Let's go ahead and eat a couple pieces of bacon. There we go. Oh, and there's the carpet. I think I had mentioned I'd seen carpet in my other world. Red long carpet, so it was decoration kind of like on the top of some of these crazy bricks that I couldn't break. Okay, but bombs do allow you to get into this area. Yikes. Okay, you look kind of scary. Let's get the bow and arrow out. Try to do some longer range attacks against super crazy red slime. Oh, hey, go away. Hey, I've kind of actually got a good spot in terms of the arc of my bow and arrow. I'm hoping I can hit this guy or he's going to jump to the left and like fall down in that hole, and then I can just not worry about him, because I don't know that it's really super valuable for me to be fighting these guys right now. Can I like hit him with the sword here? That's not working super well. The other thing, oops. Trying to switch weapons and try to see what might be good against various bad guys. I think the spear actually works pretty well against this guy, and also, yeah, it gives him a bit of knockback. Okay, I'm going to close those guys up in there. There is some iron down there that I would like to get, but we can deal with that later. I believe I can climb up these things. Right, I can climb up them, but I can't, like, jump from them. Okay, here's another bad guy to fight. Let's go ahead before we do that and eat another piece of bacon. Okay, I think I can pin this guy kind of against the wall because he doesn't move very quickly. For the most part. Alright, took some damage, but I have plenty of bacon. I think possibly since the last episode I did kind of another day on the surface, just like harvesting pigs and things. So I think what I could do is I could place a block here. Hey, bat, go away. So many bad guys. And then jump up here. And there's like bookshelves and a chest. And I know from experience you can climb up bookshelves. So I can do that. We got some crates. We got various other crazy things. And my torchlight seems to give off more light than those hanging chandeliers that are in here. And since this guy is so far below me, I will go ahead and spend the arrows on him. I'm going to kill off this guy, and then we'll try to rob this place for all it's worth. I'm still hearing arrow sounds, even after killing off all the bad guys. Oh, interesting. It's these stone bricks in the background as well. And so I can't actually, like, harvest the various ores out of there. Okay. Ooh. And, kind of a little bit stuck down here. I wonder, can I break the bookshelves? You need a work hammer to break the bookshelves. Okay. So if I do this... Interesting. Did it just turn into sticks in my inventory? I think it did. I currently have 28 wood planks. I'm just curious if I break another bookshelf. Yeah, now I've got 29. So apparently I can't, like, harvest the bookshelves that way. So I'm not sure if you had a better tool, like if I could pick up the bookshelves, or if I just can't pick them up as, like, items I could take home to, like, decorate my own place or something. So I'm not sure what's up with that. I'm hearing someone else fire what sounds like a bow and arrow. I think it might be down here somewhere. There's kind of lots of ores in the wall, but I can't actually get at them since I can't break these blocks. What I can break is this, which will presumably give me some more arrows, which I'll go ahead and move over into my ammo slot. And this, can I break this? I think I can break this open as well. Yes, great. And I picked up an apple, which is a new food that I don't know that we've seen before. And actually, speaking of food, I can go ahead and afford to eat some bacon. And another small bomb. I stored my other small bombs, like back in a chest back at home. And some kind of potion. Lime green color potion makes you lime green. Okay. Interesting. And then this is a chest that I've encountered before. It has a copper padlock on it. We actually have some copper at home. I could craft a copper key, and I would be able to unlock this chest. But then I think I also need like a copper hammer or better, possibly, than to break open the chest after it's been unlocked, I think is my understanding of how it all works. And so I don't know that we'll be able to get that open just yet. Then there's also something right there I can open that's got some more arrows. Great. And... can I see what's up here? If I put a torch right here. It does look like there's another whole room over here, so I'm going to spend... yeah, I'll spend another bomb right here. Try to break this open to get into the adjoining chamber, and this time I will remember the fact that it's likely that there's going to be bad guys. Yes, okay. This bad guy seems like he's kind of stuck down here. I think I ought to be able to use... yeah, this weapon to pin him down for a bit. Oh, but there's nothing else to explore, so I'm just going to leave him there. Okay, so yeah, eventually I might be able to take advantage of this copper chest and get some nice things out of there. But I think otherwise we've kind of finished up this area. And yeah, unless I figure out if and how to harvest the bookshelves and things. Oh, interesting, monsters despawn. Okay, I don't know that I have actually ever kind of really witnessed that or tested that before, but there were a bunch of bad guys down here, and they're not here anymore. And so I guess after monsters are off screen for a certain time, they can despawn. And so that was actually very convenient. So that I can go over here and harvest up all this iron. And from here, if we take a look at the map, is there somewhere else to go necessarily? I'm not sure that there is. And so I'm going to do a little bit more exploring around for myself and see what I can find. I just died to that guy. I figured he'd be easy, and so I was just going to fight him off camera. Wow. Okay, he dealt a lot of damage, and he was wearing some armor. So I guess that gives you the opportunity to see what happens. If you die, you respawn, and I think I mentioned, basically, you drop the items in your inventory, but keep the items on your hotbar. And so that's what just happened there. Ooh, since I happen to be back at home really quick, I believe my items will stay on the ground, and I can recover them. I think, looks like there's papyrus stuff here that I could harvest. I got another papyrus sprout, And so I'm going to replant it, but now I have some papyrus items, which I guess I'll just go ahead and store away in, I think I have a plant chest over here. It's kind of already full. For now, I'm just going to throw it in the potions chest until I figure out what to do with it. But let's go try to rescue our items. While I'm here, I did use a bunch of pickaxes. Oh, I don't have any wood. Haha. Or stone. I was going to say I wanted to make some more picks, but I don't have the materials to do that because I dropped them all on the ground. Let's see. The run back, it actually won't take that long because once I get on the ladder, I can just press spacebar to jump and then wait until I fall into the right distance, which is, I put 3 torches on the right. Yeah, right down here. And then catch the ladder again, and you don't take any fall damage if you catch a ladder. And so that's an easy way for kind of like downwards vertical mobility. Oops, crap. All right, just took some damage there, though. But here's all my stuff on the ground. The guy who was here despawned. And so you can see I did pick back up all my stuff. So it's not a huge penalty for dying, provided you can get back there and it's not, guarded by more horrible enemies. But I do think if you log out of the game, then it is the case that all the items on the ground despawn, is my understanding of how the game works. But in any case, I just thought it was one little enemy in a tiny cave, and so I didn't even need to show it on camera. And I was going to keep digging, and then I died. So there's our first death in this particular Junkjack world. I'm going to continue just kind of digging through the wall and see if I can find something more interesting. Here is some kind of big rat enemy that I don't know that I've ever seen before. He doesn't seem to be tracking me as much as a number of other enemies are. It doesn't seem like he moves that fast, so let's go ahead and take a risk and jump down there with him, I think. Alright, can I hit you? You almost seem like you're like not hostile or something, but you have a lot of hit points. Do you hit me? You do hit me, okay. For science, had to take the hit, but yeah, either has a really bad AI or doesn't seem to go after me. And so I don't take the damage unless I run into him. Let's see. Okay, my inventory's all shuffled around. Let's find my bacon. Eat some delicious bacon because it's delicious. And see what else we've got down here. It is just a tiny empty hole. Alright, continuing to explore. Ooh, look at this. I just opened up my map and there is something cool looking and glowing over here. So let me head that way. That is the advantage of opening the map. You can see a little bit farther on the map than you can on the screen. Okay, this looks like an interesting place. There's a spider right here. So we'll deal with him first. It's a big spider, but they have a relatively predictable movement pattern. Well, I guess it's not so much that it's predictable because they seem to pause for unpredictable amounts of time, but then when they move relatively slowly. And inside this little narrow hallway, he's not going to be able to jump or lunge at me. So there's one guy. I hear somebody firing arrows. Okay, on the top it looks like we're kind of covered. And down here, I'm going to try to make it so that I only have to kind of deal with one direction at once. Okay, I see there's definitely some guys down there. We'll deal with them in a minute. Okay, and then a big green slime over here who I also... Oops, okay. I did not see you, little red slime. Where did you come from? Probably came from the left side of the screen or something and I left it too dark. Okay, let's deal with that. I also hear a whoosh whoosh noise that I've heard before that I believe is some other enemy that shoots kind of like a yo-yo kind of projectile or something. Okay, just trying to look around. Don't immediately see a dark spot where that red slime could have come from. I should have been paying more attention. Okay, if I open this up, I should at least be able to get a torch down here and see... Oh, wow. Okay, that's the guy who killed me before, who moves very quickly. There's also a skeleton guy who... Did you shoot a projectile? I wasn't sure. Let's see. How do you react to arrows? You don't like them. Alright. Well, yeah. Hang out down there and let me shoot you with some arrows then. Skeleton down. He dropped a bone. Great. And now this crazy guy. Let's see if we can kill him from arrows. He appears to be well armored. And so I guess that's why he was taking a lot of hits with my stone sword. Yeah, and even with the bow and arrow, it looks like he's going to take a whole lot of hits. Alright. Combat at this stage of the game seems a little bit tedious. I can imagine that it might get somewhat better in the future as a result of better weapons and armor, but it's also the case that it might simply be the case that combat in this game is not very good. I broke that little flower, and it gave me these purple petals, which I remember I could turn into some dye with some recipe that I found earlier. So that's kind of cool. And I have some mushrooms that I think I'm going to go ahead and eat a mushroom and a piece of bacon just to get my health just about back up. And I can't seem to break this with my stone pickaxe. I wonder if my copper pickaxe will be good enough to break these blocks. Nope, need a stronger tool to break this as well. Okay, so we got some stronger blocks down here. And then finally this thing. I need a stronger tool to break this as well. Okay, so we have some treasures that we can't seem to get to at this point. So yeah, until I manage to get the recipes for like an iron hammer, I think I'm not going to be able to necessarily get all of the loot out of the areas that we were discovering down here. So I think I might head back upwards and try to scour more of the surface to see if we can find some more recipes. I'd come back home and was tending my inventory and checking out my farms, and I realized that something else that I could make with materials that I have is a simple bed. And so I'm going to go ahead and do that. I think you can use it to reset your spawn, and I'm not sure if you can use it to reset like the day-night cycle. And so it just turned nighttime, and so I'm curious to see if I put down the bed. I'm going to put down the bed here. If I right-click on it, it just says spawn moved. Oh, I clicked on it again and it says you started sleeping. Neat, you woke up. And it's daytime, and so this guy's going to burn. Neat. Okay, that's pretty cool. And now we have a fresh day, and so I'm cooking up some more iron and things, but I wanted to do some exploring on the surface. Let me get a little bit more inventory put away, and then we'll get moving. Alright, let's try exploring the world. You can see over here on the right, I managed to harvest and replant the papyrus a few times. It grows very quickly. Ouch. Alright, taking a bunch of damage from the bad guys who are right here at the entrance to my house. I'll just go ahead and leave that open. And I guess, yeah, we'll go ahead and kill all the, friendly creatures we see on the surface as well, just so we can get their materials as we are going and exploring the world. But my plan is just to... I don't know, I think I want to walk to the right, like, basically, like, all day. I don't know if there's going to be, like, an edge of the world. I don't know if the world is going to circle around. I'm not exactly sure how the worlds work. And so we will discover it together. Here are some more flowers, and so I'm going to harvest them. I got magenta petals and magenta prismatic magnolia seed. Alright, I'm going to try to make a little garden where I replant flowers of different colors that I found out in the world back at home, and someday hopefully we'll be able to actually use them. Alright, and my surface exploration is finally starting to pay off. I found another crate. Hopefully it will contain a recipe of some sort. What do we got? I don't see any recipe in there. However, I do see another crate. So maybe this one will have a recipe. Yes, great. What do we get? Craft note torches. We learned how to make torches. Yeah, I think that's a recipe that like you start out just like knowing at the beginning of the game. So I don't know that that was actually useful. So that's a shame. But I'll keep looking. Hey, here's a little cave that has, I guess, some kind of potion in it. What do we get? Potion of save ammo. Interesting. So it's like an ammo reservation potion from Terraria, I imagine. So this is the first time I've actually seen like a cave entrance that intersected the surface like this. Just want to take a quick peek. I think this is just a dead-end cave. There are some mushrooms, so I guess I'll grab them. Because I didn't take a whole lot of my good food with me because I figured we wouldn't encounter that many enemies. But I do want to have some food on me. But just continuing to explore the world. So far, it seems to just kind of like alternate between a couple different biomes. Ooh, here is, I guess like a deer or an antelope. I can't recall if we've seen this before. What does it drop? It drops meat. Alright, great. Hey, here's another crate. What do we got this time? Another recipe? Anything good? Fishing hook. Interesting. So, I'd heard that there's fishing in this game. Tinkerer's tools, iron bars. I would be able to make that. However, I imagine you need also like a fishing rod and like some other things to put together in order to actually do fishing. I do think that fishing might actually be an interesting portion of this game where there's some depth, but I know nothing about it other than the fact that it exists. So we'll have to explore that in the future. And I see another crate hidden in the wall over here. So let's get some delicious bacon. And see what we got. Possibly another copper pick, or is that my usual copper pick? Yeah, I think those are items that I was already carrying around, so it looks like just a bunch of inventory that's stacked. I don't think there was any new items there. Here's another one. So definitely exploring the surface does seem like a, very viable strategy for trying to discover just some free items and new recipes and different things. And I'm going after, like, coal that's right here on the surface. And I've been killing pigs because they're one of the best meat animals, but I'm not kind of, like, killing every little thing along the way at this point anymore, because I'm just trying to cover as much ground as I can. I'm not sure when nighttime comes. I don't know if I'll hole up for the night. I don't know if I'll, like, dig to go exploring underground. I haven't decided what I'm going to do. I probably should have brought a bed and slept in it. Actually, you know what? The materials for a bed are very easy to obtain just by chopping down a couple of trees. And I've got a crafting table on me, and I think that's all that I need, because it requires 3 leaves, I think. And so if I chop down a few more trees, I do see that the sky is actually already changing. But yeah, I should have enough leaves now, and so I think, for example, I could just make myself a little hidey hole right here, and if I throw down, let's try this together. If I throw down the crafting table, although it's going to change my spawn point. I wonder if I can remove the spawn point afterwards. Well, I guess we'll find out. If not, this is within a day's travel of my main base, and so we could always walk back. Okay, spawn moved. You can only sleep during night. Okay, so I guess it's not quite nighttime yet. So the sky is changing. I can see stars coming out. How about now? Can only sleep during night. Okay, let's wait for a couple more tones of darkness to appear in the sky. How about now? Still not. I wonder if I'll see monsters spawning before I can actually sleep in the bed. Still can only sleep during the night. I don't know, it seems like it's gotten pretty dark now. Okay, that might be full night right there. Nope, still not. I want to sleep. Let me sleep. Here we go. It starts to snow, you started sleeping. Great. So you woke up. I'm curious if I right-click again. It just says you can only sleep at night. I was wondering if I could get rid of my spawn point that way. And then the other thing I'm wondering is, what if I pick up the bed? I presume I could pick it up with a hammer. So will that have erased that spawn point, and my spawn point will go back to my natural spawn point? I'm not sure. We'll either find that out because I'll accidentally die, or at some point I'll make it back home. Oh, that was a kitty cat! I thought it was like a little cow or something. Oh no, I didn't mean to kill the kitty! Oh no, that's so sad! I killed the kitty cat! Aww. Now I'm sad. Alright, well there's kitty cats in this game, so I have a new objective in my quests for this game, which is to be able to figure out how to make a kitty cat become my pet, so that I can make it up to all the kitties in the world. That was so sad. I just wasn't really paying attention. I've just been kind of killing things, and I didn't realize that there were kitty cats. The kitty cats make me happy, but the fact that I killed a kitty cat makes me sad. Alright, I have to make some decisions, because we've traveled awfully far. I haven't seen a whole lot of changes in the world. It's kind of a big cave. Kind of a stony biome. I don't know that I've seen something quite like that before. But I'm going to keep exploring the surface. I need to figure out when, if and when I want to turn around. And I need to make that decision probably pretty soon. I am still finding, just things like this, boxes of things that probably contain food, in this one, for example, on the surface. And so it does seem valuable to keep moving. But at some point I will need to get back. And also, oh right, my inventory. There are a number of things that I could probably toss out. I don't need 5 pieces of sand, for example. And so I could throw that out. Although I really don't need the bamboo sprout either. And I wouldn't mind having the more arrows and whatever happens to be down here, though. And also, by the way, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, you can fall 5 blocks without falling. I think from a 6th block is where you start taking fall damage. And do I have 1 or 2 pieces of food stacked up? I have 1 apple. Let's just... Oh, I don't need any health right now. Leaves are extremely easy to obtain, so let me throw them out so that I can pick up that healing potion. Yeah. Alright, I'm going to keep moving, but if we have to sleep away a second night and it seems like the world just continues even further on to the right, maybe the worlds are infinite, I don't know, then at that point we would turn around and try to head back. But so long as we're finding new things, and so long as I have any inventory space at all to hold them... I just broke open a chest that had 48 throwing axes, which look like that they will be a rather powerful weapon that we could use at some points. That's cool. And I just realized a pig dropped a pig nose, in addition to all of the, pig meat bacon that I've had. And so that's interesting as well. There's another kitty cat. I decided to head back shortly after the end of the last clip because I wanted to see if I could make it based on how long based on how long I spent trying to sleep last time. I expected I could make it all the way back if I just booked it before nighttime again, and so I have made it back. I'm going to sort through some inventory, and then I think I'll do the same kind of thing and go about 1 day to the left-hand side. Something that I noticed off screen is that it seems like these trees are just dropping acorns randomly. And I can actually pick them up if I drop off some inventory first. And so let me put some things down. And the acorns, I guess, I don't think humans can eat acorns safely, but it appears that they heal a little bit of health in this particular game. And so, yeah, let me sort some inventory and we'll go on an adventure to the left. I have just slept in the bed, I reorganized my inventory, and now I am ready to explore the world out to the left. I've got plenty of open inventory slots this time. I made some more chests and put some more things away. And already I've been attacked by a slime that I wasn't even paying attention to, so I guess I can go ahead and eat an acorn. Interestingly, you can't just select it from your inventory and use it. It seems like you have to hover over it with your mouse and right-click it to actually use it, which I'm not sure why that is, and so you can't really use food from your hotbar. But whatever. I'm going to explore to the left, and I'll bring you guys back to find interesting stuff. Interesting. I was moving to the left, and I didn't remember having gone this way and found certain things, but I found somewhere that it looked like the ore was dug out. And so I decided to look at the map, and the map is exposed to the left. And so I think the implication is the map wraps around, and I have gone all the way around the world. And so if I go further to the left, I imagine I'm going to come back up on my base. Yep, there it is. Okay. So the world does wrap around, and yeah, in fact, it wraps around. I remember there were different world sizes, now that I'm thinking about it, that you could make on the world creation screen. And I think I chose a normal world size by default. But it seems like the size world that we are in, you could probably, if you were running, at full speed and not stopping to do anything, you could probably circle the world in about 1.5 days. Or 1.5. I don't know how long the day-night cycles actually work in this game. And it's been snowing a bit. It's not snowing right now, but it's been snowing some when I was circling the world. And so I'm not sure if there's also seasons, and some days might be longer than other days during seasons or different things. I just don't know how it works. But yeah, my guesstimate based on the travel that I've been doing, oops, I forgot to dig up this piece of coal, is that, oh, there's a doggy. Hi, doggy. Is that it would take about 1.5 days, which is, I don't know, somewhere in the order of 5 to 10 minutes to kind of circle the entire world is my guess. And so we learned something about the surface, but in any case, I've explored the entire surface now. I didn't find any more crates, and so, yeah. In any case, I've done a lot of exploring today. I expect that this is enough for today's episode. We did some things underground. We took our first death. There's a ducky. Hi, ducky. It's like a mallard duck. We encountered some new things on the surface, and yeah, at this point, I think the thing that I'm hung up on is being able to get the recipe for an iron hammer or an iron pickaxe or things like that. And so before the next episode, I might end up doing just some more random caving kind of near the surface off camera in order to try to find some more recipes that will allow us to progress. So I hope, as always, that you guys are having a great day, and I will see you again soon with some more Junk Jack as we try to figure out what else there is to do next in this game. Bye-bye.